May meeting here, or April meeting, sorry. We're in May now. Yeah, we're in May, yeah.
May
Yeah.
1st.
Yeah, May 1st meeting of
May Day.
Dallas Amiga chapter. Right now we're showing off, or Ned's showing off some Apple II emulators on the Amiga.
Right.
So hit it, Ned.
The emulators are, you need at least a 68020 in order for them to work. But when I've tried running some of these things on my Amiga 1200 prior to my getting an accelerator for it, it has a 68020 in there, and the emulators wouldn't work. But running a game on one of the emulators was just agonizingly slow. In order to really play a game right or whatever, at the design speed to play, you need something more than an 020. But
Okay.
now, in order to get the emulators to work, you need the Apple ROMs.
Of course.
And inside the documentation that comes with the emulators, there is information about an Apple, how you can grab the ROMs and put them on your Amiga, basically, if you will. But I have 3 emulators in this drawer here. What I'm going to show you is this one here, the one in the middle, Apple 2000 version 1.3. Double click on it. Got a guide and some docs on it, etc. And this is the Apple. This is the emulator. And click OK, and sure enough, it brings up the main screen here. Now, from here, you need to, it's been a long time since I've done that, so excuse me if I stumble around a little bit.
Amazed it works on a more up-to-date machine.
I'm sure that in some way, shape, or form, I could probably figure out how to kick this into a mode whereby it, just allow me to type in commands, type in basic programs or something. But it's been so long, I don't remember how to do that. But I do have a lot of programs loaded. By doing hitting the right keys, which are in my notes here. We have all these files here. This is the size of the file. I guess that's the size of an Apple II floppy disk, 143K.
By 144.
Yeah.
That's what they were called.
And as you can see, I had things on here. I had an Apple Fortran compiler and an Apple Pascal compiler, and a whole slew of games like Centipede and Falcon, and let's see, Invaders, Driver,
Mouse attack and night reference.
Pac-Man, and Pinball, and all kinds of stuff. And all kinds of other discs here that I wrote stuff on. But we were talking about Centipede last time you were here, and this is Centipede.
Did we get it to work, or did you get it to work?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it worked. Yes.
So what did you have to do or what did you discover since last time?
Last time when we were trying to run some of these things on my 1200 with my 68030 disk in there,
Okay.
or accelerator in there, we were having problems with the accelerator in terms of the fact that it didn't particularly care for this emulator, I guess I should say. Because once we got this thing up and running and tried to boot up the disk, I think the thing crashed or locked up or something. And it's possible that I can figure out how to get it to work by the proper combination of turning things on the accelerator on or off or whatever, but I decided this was probably an easier way since I know that it works.
Yeah. Cool.
So I clicked on the Centipede disk, and it asked me, do I really want to load it or not? I guess if I click no, it'll go back to the main screen.
Yeah.
Click on it again, I'll click on yes. It'll take a minute to load and.
You say this takes greater than an 020, right?
No, you have to have at least an 020.
At least
it
an
will
020.
not run on a 68,000.
Look at that. That's
Now,
great.
This is Centipede, and one of the nice things about this version of the emulator is that it has a way whereby, if I can find the notes again. I saw it just a minute ago, where was it?
You guys wanna get together and buy something?
Ooh, really?
$100 off.
A group discount, huh?
So that was by $15,
You got it,
$5
$5
off.
you get 5 off, so it's 10 essentially.
$10, you know.
Oh, wrong set of notes, Billy.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, one of the nice things about this particular version of the emulator is that it has options for determining how fast it emulates.
Yeah.
That's top speed, which it says is unlimited. This one is 200% of an apple. They say it's 1.5 megahertz. This is, this is F3. This is 150% of an apple, which is 1.5 megahertz. And this one is 1 megahertz, which was the Apple speed. So we can do that. It says hit return to play, and I'll do that. And lo and behold, I'm playing Centipede.
Where's the sound effects?
That's you.
That's me, huh?
Yep. I imagine it has sound effects, but I don't. If we had something to play sound effects, I guess we could do that, but I didn't even think about it, I'm sorry.
No, actually, I got an idea. I got a monitor we can hook up the sound to. We can try that. Let me just get a couple of other notices to a few other people. Let's see if Mark's on my Skype here.
Do we,
Probably not.
do we have cables to hook it up to? I mean, I've got RCA phone plug from the back of this thing, I assume somewhere.
Oh, I get notifications through Skype, that's what you think. You're sending me a text. Yeah, I don't get those.
Yep. All right, so I think I got everybody for the most part. Okay, so cool. So everybody. There's a bit of a glare on the upper half. Glare? Really? Oh yeah, there is. Due to the lights.
So if you pedestal up a little, it might go away.
Yeah, let me see what I can do on that.
How many people are watching?
We're up to 3. Well, that's because you're not there to watch it. So.
Well, when I was watching last time, I wasn't able to text anything because I couldn't remember my password.
All right, let's try that.
But I was watching the very end when I guess Ron was demonstrating his.
You made it worse. Huh?
When Ron was demonstrating his toaster stuff. I was watching. I only saw the end. I didn't get to still catching all of it.
Huh? Still catching up? Yeah, that's weird. Okay, anyway. So carry on, sir. Explain away.
I don't know what I was explaining.
Well, you can do a thing like that and watch word on the screen.
Yeah.
Turn the lights off.
Yeah, let me see if I can turn the lights off. Try that. That's a bit better.
A whole lot better.
Yeah.
We got Lord way.
Yeah, we got lumber glare from.
All right.
Sun.
Over there.
Oh, well. Still's not bad.
I had a pretty good connection, I think I was still like 30 seconds or more. So more out, so real time.
Really?
Jeez.
It's what?
Jeez.
It's those, huh? Could be.
Well, see, look, it's right here.
Oh, yeah, it's a slight glare coming through. Yeah. I guess there's nothing we can do about that for the most part.
Glare to what? To the camera?
Oh, yeah, good. It's actually bouncing
On the
up.
screen.
Oh.
We're seeing the reflection of that light hitting the screen.
Yeah. Oh, well. Good old daylight savings time.
Yeah, that blocked it.
There you go.
Just stand there, man.
Twist your head a little bit.
You got rid of the glare. You don't have to stand there the whole meeting, man.
Oh, I'll just stand here while we play Zenby.
We have a glare for blinds.
Well, I'm not quite sure what to do above and beyond this.
I think any other games, productivity app or something? That you
Yeah. Hey, did you have a Bolo?
Nuclear war?
Yeah. You ought to download some more Apple II images and try them out.
Well, I didn't download the Apple II images. I was saying that
He owns it all.
yes, I own them. I have,
They're all legal.
prior to the Amiga, the Apple II was my computer of choice.
Sure.
And I had a lot of games for it. And when I moved over to the Amiga and found this emulator, I actually, I guess, went out and bought an official Commodore Amiga 5 1/4 inch floppy disk drive. A big sucker.
Wow.
It actually plugs into the floppy disk connector and works just like a floppy disk.
Huh, not bad.
And the emulator software comes with a program that allows you to take a real Apple 5 1/4 inch floppy disk image and onto the Amiga.
Okay.
I once had some kind of PC emulator card, and it actually had a 5 1/4 drive in the bay
Very cool.
that was, came with the PCXT emulator.
Hmm.
So I bought
Yeah.
the thing off of George Reed in 1991
Dang.
or something like that.
I was a year out of high school then.
Well, he was for years and years and years, he was a fixture.
Yeah.
But
But he retired finally. Although his uncle, or his commander in chief, or whatever, Bill Hanson's still there, but I think I haven't looked lately, but George Reed was there for years and years and years. I bought it at Amiga 2000.
Man.
but I mean,
Apparently, they all had them at one point. All the guys at Channel 8 had them and were playing with them.
With the Amigas?
Yeah, allegedly, that's what he was. For a lot of people, I'm not saying all, but a lot of the guys.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder what Amiga's connection was with, like media. If Apple always had the kind of the inroads with education. I kind of wonder, Amiga may have had slight inroads with media. And
This is right around the time the toaster came in, because that's what I was hoping to do, is get a toaster. I never kind of had the money back then. For anything that night.
oh yeah, most of the stuff I do these days is because it's kind of aftermarket or people are getting rid of stuff.
It's like the Porsche 911 you wanted when you were 16, and you get the Porsche 911 when you get older, even though it's not state of the art anymore. But
It's fun to play with.
it's still fun to drive.
Got Space Invaders now.
I will say one of the problems with this thing is that I've got a joystick here.
Mhm.
If anybody remembers the thing about the original Apple, it had these little paddles.
Oh yeah,
And the paddles had the knobs on them, turned them left and right, and just kind of a rheostat, I guess, that determine where you were along the x-axis. And playing this thing with a joystick is really kind of, it isn't nearly as easy.
Hmm.
Yeah, the original game, man. It's been so long since I played Space Invaders. I don't even remember.
Like that carries off the car. It's awesome. All right, I'm gonna bring in something I got in the car to maybe help us get some sound. Try a sound experiment.
The problem is with a joystick, you can't hold it.
We have audio cables. We have audio.
Oh, okay.
It's after 6 o'clock now, right?
Yeah, we got here at 7. It's
It's at
almost
8
8.
o'clock on the wall, it's 8 o'clock.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock, yeah.
You're welcome.
Are you using your phone or did you get this one car?
Using my phone.
I don't know, this game doesn't really play very well with the joystick. She was classic.
Just something wrong with the door one or something? It's not gonna be on a monitor.
I don't know, I can't tell outside what he's doing.
It's something about a monitor. You can get out of his car.
Oh, stand in here? You moved over. Watch me in place, checkmate.
You're doing a great job.
I'm not sure if those crazy colors up there on the text, I'm not sure if that's really a holdover or
It's probably because of the size.
what is it? Play this game.
Are you actually playing or?
Yeah, it's just little ones. It's just game over.
Yeah, I know. It's,
Play.
You can say he was running. Oh,
Uh-oh, locked up.
yeah.
Oh, I had a escape, that's a pause. I don't want to do that. How do you play this thing?
He was keyboard
You're
only.
doing pretty good so far.
No, I chose mouse, I thought. Oops, what the heck?
Hi.
You want to move a little bit, Mark?
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
Yeah, that's fine.
Press space bar. How many play?
Too bad a glare on there now.
One play.
Not too bad a glare on there now.
That's
oh, okay, yeah, the sun's getting lower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Push your button on your mouse. Or on your joystick. There you go.
there we go.
And my french fries are getting cold.
Oh,
What was that movie they played Centipede on and then they played Pac-Man? Bit Pixels or something?
Yes.
Those were two of the main games they played.
Damn it. Oh, well.
And if you guys want anything, they're about to close.
Nope, I'm good.
They close at 8, so.
Ah,
He's taking the monitor back at 8. It's a little after 8. He's taking the monitor back that didn't have the audio inputs. You know, yeah, the audio. Well, he had a flat screen, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It doesn't have any audio.
I see feet on the door right there. Coming in outside.
Yeah, he couldn't put it back because he didn't have audio inputs.
I think you could have ate them. So you didn't eat the ghost, you just drove right through it? Well, not anymore, but.
I'm just trying to survive, that's all.
How do you detect?
You realize you can grab them with a blow.
Oh, yeah, I understand that.
That's how you probably.
Trying to get all the dots.
Exactly. Get to the next level.
There you
It's running pretty good, actually. Is that on 020 mode, or which mode is this on?
This is at the original Apple speed. It's the-
Well, I know you got different processor modes with your add-in card.
Well, what's an issue? One of the things I've always wondered about some things is like, you know, I can't talk and play at the same time. One thing I've always wondered, okay, I've got a 68060 in this machine. And, you know, I have options here for, you know, unlimited speed or half the Apple speed, the original Apple speed, 1.5 Apple speed, twice the Apple speed. And I'm not 100% sure how the software, you know, discovers or whatever, what kind of processor you have and how it adjusts those speeds just by me telling it, you know, how to.
Yeah, so far so good. Right now it's just black screen.
However you guys do it.
Oh, that's fine. I'm fine. Sun's finally gone down. Yay!
Does that make sense? What I'm saying is, I mean, you know, if I had a 68030 at,
They have a cool HDR picture.
you know, 40 megahertz versus a 68060 at 100 megahertz or whatever the hell it is, how does the software so that it knows it's playing at the true speed for it?
Yeah, how does it know to govern it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, did you notice any noticeable difference between the various running modes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, when it's, well, like when we were playing Centipede, I mean, when we
You
were.
can probably tell with the clock, what
Yeah, okay.
speed of the
Sure,
computer is,
right.
it simulates.
Ha! Okay.
Okay, that is unlimited speed,
Unlimited, okay.
yes.
Get him back, man.
Okay, this one is,
200%.
yeah, 200%.
For the ultra challenge Pac-Man mode.
Basically, it knows what
And then we have this,
150.
okay, I can
Are all these
speed it up
possible?
and get over to the, there we go.
Are all these possible in the 6020 mode though? Or is this?
No, that's what I was saying, when I was running one of these games on my 68020, before I got my accelerator,
Sure.
it was agonizingly slow. It ran, but it just wasn't,
With a true speed.
but the speed governing thing, they just didn't make any sense because it wouldn't run at a 100% of what the Apple II was to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Ironically, I think there's an Apple II emulator for the Atari 8-bit now. Somebody wrote it in very
I was
strict
actually-
code, but
Okay,
runs at half speed.
I know you're into the Atari stuff, Greg,
A little.
and I was looking on AmiNet, which is where I got these emulators,
Sure.
and there are a number of Atari emulators on there for the Amiga.
Okay.
And I just thought I would mention that. I mean, I don't have any Atari software that I could use the emulator for, but,
Yeah.
What
Maybe kind of
are some great Atari apps that didn't show up on any other, because I don't know any.
Oh, on the 8-bit? Back in the day, I was mostly a VBSer and gamer. So, the only applications I really knew of were like Paperclip, and which is word processor, database, kind of combined kind of thing. And I don't think I had very much any other. Speed script was kind of a basic 80-column text editor, which, yeah, it sounded like that. We're talking 8-bit days.
yeah.
Back when everything was 40-column. But that was pretty much all I really remember. I mean, most of the applications I did kind of came in on the Mac Plus and stuff like that. It's not really started getting into like paint programs and
Well, the very
things
first,
like that.
like I said, first Amiga I got was in 2000. I got off of Georgia, even didn't have anything in it, but pretty much stock stuff in that awful PC emulator. So I tried to soup it up a little bit more. I got a VXL accelerator when they were still around. They were here in town, so I figured, well, if I got to buy something somebody local. That way, if it breaks, I can get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a VXL accelerator in my 2000, and then a Fat Agnes. I had to get that put in. The computer store that was in Addison. The Fatter Agnes,
Oh, yeah.
1 megabyte chip RAM.
Yeah.
So I thought I had a souped up computer, man. A 68030 running at 40 megahertz. Matt ended up with it because I think the motherboard finally croaked. And I had that one that I bought, the other guy that came to Richardson. That had a ID24 in it. It's still working as far as I know. I need to turn it on and see if it still boots. But it was working last time I tried it out. That was maybe a year ago.
Oh, well, that's pretty recent. Retro hacking stuff.
That ID24 is kind of cool, but it was supposed to be like a toaster substitute without, some of the nicer things on the toaster. Like had a 3D package in the toaster, lightweight, all that fun stuff. Paint packages. This had a paint package, a 24-bit paint package that they had somebody else update. I think I can't remember what it's called, but it works. It's not very fast. It's kind of slow.
Did you ever hear about Koala and the Koala pad?
Oh, yeah,
I remember those. Yeah.
I remember those.
That was big on the Atari 8-bit.
Yep.
That was
also big on the 64.
yeah.
Yeah, I had one for the 64. I don't think I had one for the Amiga.
They
I
had
don't
them
think
at
it transferred over.
They had them at the library I worked at. They had Commodore 64 and man koala pads. I never got to play with it though,
Yeah.
so I wanted to. Eventually, they got rid of them, the 64s. I think I either got donated or I bought one. I just bought one off of the library. This was in the late 80s, I guess.
Hmm.
Maybe, no, probably more than maybe. Well, I started working in the library in the mid 80s, so.
Which library?
This was one of these sites in Plano. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, okay. I worked at a college library once.
I did too. I worked at Brookhaven College at one point, but
Oh,
I got moved away, and plus I was.
it's usually a good time to move on to something. Unless you're heading for retirement. So, I'll be right back.
Oh, so what other games you got?
Well, let's see.
There's auto.
I do not remember a race car game of some sort, I'm sure.
Same probably with Burn.
What's it
Falcons?
Falcons, that a flight?
Is that with birds?
It's a flight sim, maybe.
Quite possibly,
I don't know if they had a Falcon back then, did they? Was that an official airplane then? Or is that F-111s were Falcons? F-111
Oh,
Falcons?
F-16.
That's 16.
Oh, F-16. Oh, yeah, the
The first flew, the
F-16.
first flew in 76.
Yeah.
By the way, Ned, I apologize for my attempt at getting some sound.
that's okay.
Maybe next time we get some sound going or something we can attach externally.
Apple III keyboard.
Oh, yeah, I actually came across an Apple III once. Really had no idea what to do with it though once I got it.
Looks like Galaga or.
Phoenix or,
Well, the Mac came out in '84, I wanted the Apple III clone.
gosh. All I know is the Apple III came out around the time Tron did. Because that was actually the computer that Kevin Flynn was typing on when he was hacking
What
it.
did you say for a?
About 81 probably.
Joystick?
Maybe 2 years.
No, no, what do you use for input?
I said joystick.
Oh, but you weren't joysticking?
Yeah, it was not a flight sim, but
No, I
an
am.
arcade game.
Because I don't know what I'm controlling. I don't know where my little guy is.
It'd be pretty hard to do it.
It's at the bottom of the
Apple
screen,
II
you
flight
can't see
sim.
it.
That's possible.
I could
Still got a fire or
I
something?
could swing out to a low.
It's like you're playing Phoenix.
It looks kind of like it's
Look at
a
those
Space
colors.
Invader sort of.
Oh, man, at least what, 5 or 6 there?
Or they're calling them Falcons. Okay, so that's what
I'm gonna give up on that.
Hey, hey, I actually like to try that movement. That was kind of fun.
Well, he wasn't shooting or moving or anything.
Really?
So that was, depends on your definition of fun, I guess.
Okay, we can try it again.
But do you have to set certain parameters for the joystick or something, or what?
It says something about an Apple
You should.
III joystick is what it
It's
said.
input, you can have different inputs.
Maybe it's all keyboard control.
Well, you have a keyboard option.
It says something about an Apple III keyboard is what it said, I thought. Or an Apple III joystick maybe, I can't remember.
A lot of these Apple II games didn't even know what a joystick was.
Mhm.
I mean, I remember my uncle's Apple II, they had to actually have to hack in a joystick for it. It didn't really come with that.
Apple III.
Oh, wait a minute, okay. Press K
That old
keyboard or A. Now, can you
Yeah,
select
press
the
the
keyboard?
other J is the joystick.
Oh, okay, good.
J is what I pressed.
Yeah, but that's what he pressed.
Didn't work, yeah, didn't work.
Well, let's try K for keyboard.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess
You
it's
need H for help. I mean H to see what keys are what.
one player.
Oh,
There you go.
There we go.
oh, there's somebody.
This is the Space Invader clone, really.
It's
Yeah,
no,
well,
not Space
Oh,
Invaders.
I bet you.
Galaga.
Thanks,
Arrows?
Okay.
Yeah, Galaga. Because Mark, isn't that one of your favorite games or these old time games?
Yeah, on the Amiga.
Yeah, on Amiga.
Try, like Z and
Yeah,
X.
two-player.
11, right.
I think the emulation is daily.
No, you went over to that side somehow.
Yeah, I did with the right arrow key. I think.
Oh, but the left arrow key doesn't
I
work.
left arrow key doesn't want to.
It's not math the way an Apple III keyboard is, I guess.
Look, when it's flying, when that thing's flying catty corners, it kind of does look like a falcon.
And I can hit the space bar.
It goes catty corner.
You hit it while it's a falcon, you get something special.
All right, another score.
Oh, it
Just
is.
wait till they come to your side of the screen. Never mind.
Killed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Killed it.
That one-
It's not that far over, Ned.
Okay,
So you tried all keys?
I hit the right arrow once and it goes all the way over.
Yeah, it says like the keyboard.
How's the up arrow doing for you or anything like that?
Arrow down arrow, space bar fires it.
Try some letters.
Hit the buttons.
A, S, D. Tell me when it does something, I'm just gonna.
There it goes. Yeah, it's going.
Oh, but it's not stopping.
Yeah.
You may have to kind of like hit them back and forth and maybe like on.
Whoa,
So what made you go back?
That's not
I
fair.
don't know.
Hit the other arrow.
Maybe it works for one
All right.
key press and then no longer works.
No.
There it stopped, or did it stop on the edge?
There.
There, it's going back.
The comma key or
It's going all the
Colon
way
key.
one side of the
colon key, all right. So you can go back and forth and then the space bar. Cool.
The what key?
It's just you don't stop. So I guess that's part of the
No.
challenge.
Space bar really fired it.
Yeah, space bar fired. It was fired.
Boom.
You wanna play, Greg?
I would love to play.
Have a seat.
Thank
Greg
you.
wants to play.
I've been dying to try one of these games.
Yep.
All right, so it's left arrow and then colon key.
The right arrow and the colon key and space bar fire.
All right, so now the net is
I
figure
think,
this out for us.
We don't know
You want
what
to
stops
okay,
it,
you want to go
right?
2 players?
no.
Anybody want to play me 2 player?
No, they want to find new keys.
Oh, could be the same keys though.
No, I don't think they
All
share
right,
fingers.
fine.
Keys don't share fingers too much.
Yeah, I'm just trying to share.
We'll let you have all the joy.
Yep. Whoops. Okay, now all of a
Space
sudden.
bar. Your space bar not working?
Okay, I figured it out. So you just got to time this just right. There we go.
I think you can only have one missile or whatever on the screen. Or something like that.
I think you're right. Oh, okay. Thought they had me there for a second. I'm pretty sure the emulation is not exactly working right, but boom. It's okay. We'll just make a little ruckus here.
Those probably got this big.
Take that. Space gun. Okay. And
All right, great.
getting there, getting there. So now I get to fight the mothership. I guess that comes later. Alright, let's take one. Boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Now, the challenge of this is to fire while moving. Ah, cheater! Ah, they hang around the bottom of the screen.
Yes, wait.
Just wait. Ah, good. See, and we got this all thanks to Ned's creative testing here. Ah, fascinating, huh? And now they're going to become phoenixes, or falcons, or whatever. This is kind of a, like I say, a curmudgeon between Galaga and Phoenix. Book. Ah, now he's going to go all nuts on me. All right, what do you want to
Just wait
do?
for you to come over there.
What do you want to do? Boom.
I'm impressed, Greg, you're a real gamer.
Gaming machine.
I am. I do love games. I don't play them as much as I used to, though. Most of the time, I like actually making sound effects for games. I've been actually porting lately the Amiga and Arcade sound effects for Arkanoid 2 for the Atari Jaguar. I've been working on that as of late. Whoops, so does. Oh, are you the sound effects now? Thank you, thank you. I could definitely use some. Ah, get away from me! Get off the bottom of the screen! Get to your side of the screen. This is my side of the screen. Oh, she became an egg again. You see that? That little jerk.
I missed that. It was really delayed. I'm a little delayed on
Dang it! Quit being eggs. I hit you fair and square. Toosh. Go away. Hey, go away. There's gotta be like some kind of super zapper or something to get them when they do that. Oh, well, that was fun. I'm sure it wasn't exactly the up to spec, as far as controls go, but it was still fun.
If you like that kind of game, you should get Deluxe Galaga for the Amiga.
Yeah.
Especially Deluxe Galaga AGA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a question, by the way, from Stephen Wiley.
Okay.
He was asking how the 4000 was doing. He said that you sent an email or something about a 4000?
Yeah, okay,
Molex. The Molex connector? Is that what
well,
it's
no, that was a side issue, but no, when I first tried to turn my 4000 on and get it to run so I could see that these games were still around and still work, the system would not boot up. And I finally sort of concluded it appeared to be my hard drive.
Okay.
And so what I then did between last week and now is that I took a backup of what I had on my original internal ID hard drive. I had backed it up a while back onto a SCSI.
Yeah.
And so I mounted the SCSI drive on a 4091 card and plugged it in, and I had been able to get it to work. But then, prior to everybody else getting here, I'm not exactly sure what we did, Johnny, but we actually now have my IDE hard drive working. And I don't really want to do that.
You know, we're yanking on the cables and fiddling with the cables.
Yeah, I don't know what we did, and
Oh, right,
as
so-
you can see here, I'm going to show you something. You can, if you look at this workbench.
So this is the 4000 that you were talking about in your email.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
But
Just so he
if
knows.
Yeah. Wow.
Is he in Wiley or is that his name?
Stephen Wiley is his name.
Okay, not Stephen in Wiley.
No,
Okay.
workbench.
Yeah, if he was in Wiley, he'd come with us, man.
no. You guys live close to that?
Workbench
Yeah,
doesn't
he was
have,
closer, right?
workbench
Yeah,
doesn't
we
have
go
a cleanup.
You had to pass through Wiley on the way here.
Oh, wow.
But what I'm going to say is, if you look at this workbench screen here, you will
It's an icon.
notice that.
It's an icon. It's an icon.
No.
It's in there, it's just yours on the wrong screen or something.
You'll see I have two icons here called Work and two icons called Apple II and two called OS 3.1 and two called NK39 and two called Data.
39, but the words off the screen at the bottom.
Right, yeah.
Here, scroll down.
And what that is, what this is symptomatic of is the fact that on, one of those groups of icons is on my SCSI drive and the other is on my IDE hard drive. So I've got two copies of everything on here.
You're on the IDE drive right now.
I have no idea what I'm driving
You're
on.
still not sure about that?
No, I'm still not sure. But,
You see it showed back up, you don't know which one you're writing through.
well, I mean, I can go over here to my Amiga shell and I can type in the command SYS. It will tell me that I'm booted up off of the partition called NK39,
Of which there are two of.
of which there are two, yes, exactly.
Those are separate partitions.
Yes, I have like,
Well, one on one drive and one on the other.
right, yes, as I say, one of the SCSI drive is a
Copies.
clone of the ID hard drive, basically.
Right.
So you
I'm
can't
not
use that
running
to tell which one you're booting from or running really.
I don't know,
Do they have like a sys, like what's running where? You can do
well, okay, yeah, I mean, when you type in,
sys.
okay, let me put it this way,
Well, it said 8. It said 8 point in
Yeah,
K39.
I'll get back to that in a second, but I have three On each drive, I have 3 bootable partitions.
Right.
I have one for OS 3.1, one for OS 3.9, which is basically kind of a virgin OS 3.9, and then I have one called MK for Ned Kelly 3.9, which is basically 3.9 with
Your fixes and modifications.
configured the way I want it.
Okay.
And so when you, on a given, if I were to go over here to the RAM disk, okay, I'm on RAM disk, but when I type in SYS, it will take you to the partition that you were booted off of. So I know I'm booted off of one of the 2 partitions called MK39. I just don't know which drive it's on.
And you want to know,
SCSI or the ID?
Yeah, how to,
copy a file into one of them.
yeah. I was gonna say the
Right here in the main part, this any file, startup sequence, whatever.
Oh, I understand what you're saying, yes. Okay.
Can you scroll up from that? On that page? I don't see a scroll bar.
No, I can't.
Oh, to see what, scroll off the top?
Yes,
Maybe the other
I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's hope it'll reboot properly.
I can't fix it if it's not broke. Let's break it and then we can fix it.
So it's pulling all the disks to see which one it wants to boot off of.
I guess, and that's one of the things when I get home, I need to play with this and see, you know, take control on
So you do it for the summation or the last unit number, the LUN.
Probably something like that, yeah.
It's
So
the
it's 16,
LUN.
it just now hit that drive.
Right, it's pulling all the 7.
16 drive addresses.
Right, 16, I thought it was 7.
Yeah. 8 through 7, or 0 through 7.
0 through 7, yeah, well, 0 through 7, so 8, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what the 8
Let's
means.
see, he's got 2 SCSI devices, so that makes
I
16.
think that 8 indicates which of the shells that are potentially open that you're using.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, okay.
Which of the CLI windows are,
Or active.
It's booted from the IDE drive.
you did? Okay. But what I was saying is, once I have it booted up here,
Okay, that's a 6. That's a 6.
right, but
Shell process 6.
yes. I do have a,
Oh, there, now you have a scroll.
right,
Right, well, I was thinking you could do, look at the used or whatever and maybe calculate which one is running
Yep.
by the changes in the numbers. Which one's free and which one's not as free or whatever.
mm-hmm. However, this little thing here, this little thing with the scroll bar here, this is one of the things that I really use and like. What's the name of that thing?
That's special to MK?
UI or something?
No,
King Kong?
King Kong, yes. It's a different, King Kong was a piece of
Replacement.
freeware shareware, which was a replacement for the console handler.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And what it provided is, it provided a
Scroll bar,
scroll bar, and it also provided,
right, the up and down arrows, obviously.
it provided the command line recall, and
Okay.
which I don't think was in the original shell handler or whatever.
Mhm.
Well, let's find out. When you do a new shell, this is what you get.
Separate window.
Yeah, separate window, and it doesn't have the little scroll bar on the right, and if I type in a command like info to do that,
Let me go back.
it does have a command line.
Well, type in another command and then see if we go back to.
Oh, it probably will. Veil info.
Oh, okay.
However, one of the other things this thing has is when you have it called up, it has these things up here, and you can clear your command line history and.
Okay, clear the buffer or whatever, right?
Yeah, and you can actually take, take your buffer, whatever's in the buffer, and save it off as a text file.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
And then you can make like a shell script type thing.
So did it ever get
Based
Sherlock?
on
And
that
they folded,
kind
somebody folded, did it ever get folded into MegaOS? Or,
Yes, oh yes, it did, and,
so you got Sherlock.
Sherlock?
That's where Apple comes up with something that ruins somebody else's program. In other words, they come up with a piece of software that's built into OS 10 or whatever that duplicates somebody's shareware or whatever. And so they can't sell it anymore, essentially, because it's folded into the OS. Like Sherlock was the search thing, and there was other search things before that. And when Apple put Sherlock in OS 10 or OS 9, or I think it was OS 9 originally.
Yeah.
Then whoever had all those other little search things just said, well, we can't do the, or we can't sell our thing anymore because they folded it into the operating system.
Was it just because it was a process?
It's called being Sherlocked.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. I remember Sherlock, the Sherlock search engine. It used to take forever to catalog all the files and various directories and everything. I mean, you leave that thing on for days
So that's where the
Method of-
search term comes from. What he explained, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, but other people other programmer or developers had similar
Right.
software that would do the exact same thing, but Apple saw them and said, oh, we can put that on us, whatever. And
Right, it's not that hard.
they shut them out, basically. So unless they had something that was just so good that it beat whatever Apple had put together, then they pretty much their business model evaporated overnight.
I hear you.
okay, so.
Coolness.
So most of this King Kong thing has been by the guys developing OS 3.9 or whatever, they sort of co-opted all of it.
Yeah, I'd say it was been around a long time. It's the independent thing that got developed. Yeah, it was around a long time. I think we had the 2.0.
I think you did, yeah.
You still have your stick screensaver.
I think they
Yeah,
integrated it.
screensaver.
I think they integrated into
We've had that for a
3.0.
long, long time.
They probably couldn't find the guy anymore. Well, I guess he done got around. Let's just go ahead and stick it in there.
This is one of my little things that I have configured in my system. It's a CPU usage monitor.
I loved it. It reminds me of a depth gauge or something.
Yes.
Trying to find fish.
So what will peg it out?
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you what, let's try something here. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this easily.
Nowadays, pay down for processors, not that hard to do. Or extend some kind of AREX thing or something. You're sort of king of AREX back in the day. For us, I mean.
What GBP or whatever.
Well, that's like Grass Valley product, not Great Valley.
Crater Valley.
I don't know where they were from, but that's who made that IV-24.
I think they were up in Pennsylvania. King of Prussia or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
What are you looking for?
Well, I was looking for something to stress the system with somehow, some way.
Or to increase your CPU usage?
Yeah, uh-huh.
If you, like OHA, try and, press something.
Does it have that speech thing? Speech to text or text to speech?
Yeah, that'll pick it up, that'll pick it up.
That probably,
I mean, we can't hear the speech, but we could, that wouldn't stop necessarily the processor from running on it.
See how much it spikes when you try it?
Yeah, well, that's kind of what we're looking for, right?
Yeah. Try running that emulator again.
Oh, I can't see the screen from the emulator.
That's a
Yeah.
shame.
What I was looking for, and I don't have it on here, were some of the original demos that came with like the Amiga 1000.
One bouncy
I
ball.
Lines and
lots,
all.
lines, squares.
Yeah, right. I think
Yeah. Okay, here's an idea, by the way. Okay, so that little counter is running continuously in the background, right?
this little thing down here, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What you could do is you could actually pull up your emulator, and run
Yeah,
it for a minute,
oh, yeah, I could, yeah. Uh-huh.
and then come back and look at it,
Okay, well, let's do that then, okay.
see how much it spikes.
Okay, let's just do this and let's.
Chin.
Oh, and you could close it down and see if it spiked out before then?
Okay, let's load Centipede.
Put it on that.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Stephen Wiley from Carrollton, not Wiley.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, Steven is his name.
You're
not
on high
Steve,
speed there.
Steven.
No,
Well, fast drove right through Wyatt.
that is probably a screen all to itself.
Yeah. Well, it's a boot thing for the emulator, right?
I should be able to move that screen to the back, right? What is that, Amiga Ilm or something?
There we
go.
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Oh, it fixed it all right.
And what brings it back? Amiga?
Yeah. Yeah,
Using every last bit of processing memory, yeah.
Well, that was unlimited.
No, that's
so,
not
yeah.
working. Oh, there we go, it's Amiga, okay.
All right, so,
Try slowing it down.
Okay, this is normal speed, normal Apple speed.
okay.
It's still big, isn't it?
This is fine.
Did I give them enough time to?
So we actually went through Carrollton all the way here too.
Okay,
See, you still could have picked him up.
Yeah, give him a ride if you want.
well, here it is.
Was he that guy
Yeah,
from before that came here a couple of times? You were talking to about maybe meeting up and going in?
I thought he was probably just putting weight space in there and it's just using up all the.
That could, yeah, that could be, yeah.
Because it's somebody that's come to the meeting before.
Commands.
Yeah.
Has he?
I think so. I think he came once or twice.
Okay.
If that's the guy I was thinking of, and we were trying to figure out how to get three of us come here together
Yeah.
at one time.
Yeah, we
Now,
could
your
make
CPU,
hands
is it still running in the background or did you shut it off?
Oh, it's still running.
Oh, it is still running.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going like it's.
I mean, if I go back over there,
You stop,
oh,
okay,
if
okay.
I quit it,
Right, if you quit it, and then it should then drop.
there you
Okay, yeah, and it drops pretty speedily.
So here we go. It says, yeah, it says, next time come pick me up. I used to carpool with Giovanni, but then he moved. He moved? I thought, yeah, you moved here in Vernon or what? Yeah.
There's a guy with a 3000 that was,
Oh, yeah, one.
had all the corrosion, whatever. on the
Oh, yeah.
Puerto Rico wasn't kind to it.
Yeah, they talked with the accent, kind of.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican accent maybe, I don't know, like at the library a couple times.
Yeah. You moved around for yeah, but come on over.
Yeah, see, he's even closer now, you think you wanna come.
Right?
Doing
So-
something else.
Interesting. Did you shut down the emulator?
Yeah, he did, that's why he brought it down to 0.
Awesome.
There's the
Make
background,
sure that it
it's
would.
not running anything.
Need some light in it?
No,
You put the light back
I was just looking to see if I had any of my, like, Amiga
Oh, Amiga did.
1.3 discs or something like that. in here, but, it might have had some of those classic
I'll be able to.
How would you load it?
demos on.
How would you load it?
Excuse me?
How would you load it?
How would you load them?
No floppy.
I've got a floppy.
Got it up.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I have a floppy drive over here.
Oh, on the floor? Okay.
Steven's saying that, Giovanni moved to Garland, actually.
It's farther away.
Yeah. Okay. I love the CPU usage monitor, by the way. That was really cool. Really showed how much it was using with the emulation, which is not surprising.
Yeah.
With emulation, you want to use every nook and cranny of every processor and chip, so yeah.
What is this net at 040?
60.
060.
060, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a heavy iron
That's
for
why,
Amiga.
that's why the 020 runs so slow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember I first got it out, I guess a 4000 when I came to Texas. And I had a MS-DOS emulator that I was so happy to get on it so I could run MS-DOS programs on my Amiga. And I would like hit a key and a minute later the letter would appear. I hit another key and then a letter would appear a minute later. It was like so slow. But it was kind of working. Huh?
That's probably like an 030 or something, right? What if you want a 1000 stock?
No, 040. No, it was a 6800. A 6800.
Oh,
Straight.
straight, huh?
Right.
Like
It
a,
had AGA though,
uh-huh.
but that didn't help the emulate. That didn't help the emulation.
I thought 4000s came with something better than
He said the 4000 came with the
60 and 40.
Oh, 40. Oh, okay.
On 03,
Maybe it was at 50. No, it wasn't a 500.
yeah,
It wasn't the 500 that I got. It's got to be the 4000. That's right about the 4000.
the 040 was the middle.
Because I first got a job and that was my biggest expense to date. I put on a credit card and I had to like juggle things and said, oh, I'll have to pay it off in 2 months instead of 1 month. So I couldn't pay it off then.
Okay, here's something we can look at, see how much CPU the screen blanker is using.
Okay.
Sorry.
Not so much.
There you go, fellas.
Oh, yeah.
7%?
A quarter.
Yes.
So it took a quarter of a 68060 to run that? Or is that just?
Yes.
Oh.
Is that 0 that is the top 100% on that screen or is
It
it
should
just?
be, yes.
Because you got a mouse that slider bar there.
Could you quantify a 6860 compared to an Intel of some kind, like a 384 or
The
something?
first picture.
Very first pick.
The one with the math error in it.
You know, Windows
It
95.
shows my age, I hate to say.
Well, no, you just.
They were right neck and neck
They
to
were
that
when they came
point.
out.
Pentium and the 68060 then.
You
We're
know,
going to switch to a Power PC and Intel up to mine, so.
Well, it was mobile, because they couldn't get mobile, but they went back to Intel, couldn't get decent mobile cooling and.
But yeah, it was forever for the 6060 could be bought. And it was announced in 92 and first buy it like 97, 98.
Oh, yeah, I lusted for 6860. They didn't have one for 2000.
Hmm. Now we're at 60060. After seeing that emulator work tonight, that was pretty cool. So this is
I
the
thought I
fastest
got a
68
processor
browser.
upgrade. For my 4000, I thought I got a processor upgrade.
You did.
But I didn't, I think I upgraded it to 68040. I didn't think it started that way.
I thought you could have won at the flea market.
Well, I did, but it increased the processor number, but I thought it didn't start with that. I thought it was a 6800 that I started with.
That would have been like a
Yeah.
2000.
4000,
or-
Huh?
6830.
She had a 68030, which always sold a few of them, and 68040.
Okay. Well, I thought I got a processor upgrade. Maybe I upgraded from 40 to 60. Or not.
Getting a new 16040 would have been upgraded on the counter one.
I thought you had like a 68040 with 50 meters.
If that was the upgrade.
Yeah.
Not the original one. Maybe I just increased the clock speed or whatever.
The 40 megahertz, 4380.
Right. Yeah, if I remember correctly, all you had to do is change that clock crystal, you could update. You know, you could
16040 ran
I
pretty
had
hot.
No, I had a card that I stuck in there.
But I think I remember somebody saying you could just change the clock crystal and get to a higher megahertz.
Mm-hmm.
Steve was wondering how
this whole emulator would work on a 68030. You think
Not
it'd
as
be
well.
not as well, obviously not as well, but
Well, that's what I have in my 1200. But, you know, as we discovered last time, the 030 card I have in the 1200, and the emulator don't get along too well, which, you know, part of the documentation for the accelerator in my 1200 PAL. For compatibility reasons, you might want to do this, that, or the other thing with some options, and here are some of the command line options you can use to turn this, that, the other thing on and off. But
yes.
and I might be able to figure out how to do that, but I just haven't had time to, which is why I bought the 4000.
That was awesome though. Yeah.
If you watch the speed difference, like 9 to 15 times faster.
Oh, it was 60 over the 030, 9 to 16 times. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been a smoke, that's a smoke of classic.
Probably about time to turn this thing off, I guess, and start getting out of here.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do unless anybody has any last minute questions.
No, that was fun.
Well, good.
All right.
Hope it boots up when I get home.
See you next month.
We should know
Let's get to the 6th
What's
of
the try?
May.
Get some lights if you would, please. And thank you. Let there be light.
5 days is expired.
I think the SOL, somebody wanted to use this.
Well, this is Greg, and for whatever reason, my FaceTime camera is not working right now. I don't know why. So actually, I'll just do it the more difficult way. Hang on 1 second.
You want to pan you over?
Yeah, just hand me over.
Is the tension tight?
Yeah, it is, of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get it nip.
We can also get a shot of my attorney shirt, so here we go.
Get a plug back here then?
Hey, we're good, we're good. All right, so anyway, thanks for tuning in, and come on back next month. I have no idea what we're doing, but we are definitely always taking requests on things we can try. We have all the Amiga hardware from the Amiga 500, 1200, all the way up to the Amiga 1, so we can try stuff, bring stuff like we always do. So with that, take care and see you in June.